Kia ora, kia ora. Hello, hi to everyone. I'm here at the site of the place where my homeless friend lives. I don't really want to advertise it, although I already gave it away in a previous video. But I'm down here at the flax bushes where he sleeps. That's his stuff down here. And he's not here. And down there on the beach is another homeless guy sleeping. And all I want to do is give him a nice meal. But I don't know him. And maybe I'll feel better if I bring a meal down here for them. So maybe I should go home, get some food together and bring it down here to them. I think that's probably a good idea. How many people know which beach this is? There you go, I've given it away. Yeah, anyway. It's freezing. While I've got this video going, oh my goodness, this is where I took one of my previous videos at this beautiful site. You should know, okay, I'll tell you where I am. Have you guessed yet? I'm at the site where I recorded a previous video, and I'm here in Orewa. There's the shops over there. This is what I'm calling my Christmas, mine and my Christmas spot. You may choose to call it whatever spot you like to call it, but this is our Christmas spot. And I just, okay, first of all I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling, because this is going to reflect on how well I do this video. First of all, there's a police officer driving past. Wait, there he goes. There he goes. There he goes. And this is concerning me because I've had to drive my van down here illegally. I haven't got a registration yet. I'm just waiting until I get paid next week to get a registration. Obviously today's Sunday, and I've only driven down here to pick up my homeless friend and bring him home for something to eat. He's probably around Orewa somewhere. Actually, when you're watching this, and I know you'll watch this one day, do you remember where that is? Yes, that place where you lived with me and you and Arden. Yes, but not Chanel, eh? Chanel got stolen when she was a baby. But that's where we live, baby. That's where we lived. And for you guys who don't know, it's the Nautilus in Orewa. It was where I got treated so goddamn racistly. And Sally, the lady who was babysitting while I was doing my business, she made it 10 times worse for me there, for me and my children, because she lied and said that I had molested her daughter, my daughter, not her daughter, my daughter, after I caught her having molested one of my heart-adopted daughters. And I just have to remind my viewers that this is precisely the most predictable move that any pedophile or criminal does when someone tries to expose them. They turn it around and they blame it on you. So, baby, just while you're piecing things together and trying to figure out what happened, why, how Mum didn't come after you were stolen, baby, it's because of Mum's memory loss. That was the only reason. And now that I know how the hypnosis affected me during my life, I have to also wonder if the hypnosis was more, if my memory loss was more hypnosis than actual from physical injuries. So I'm not 100% certain about that. But anyway, let's go back to this homeless guy on the beach. I don't even know if he's homeless. He might just be drunk, but one thing I would do if I were homeless is, if I found another homeless friend, I'd probably sleep near them. So he's probably friends with Greg here, who's still not here. And yeah, there he is. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to drive illegally again and get a meal together for them. And I'll leave Greg's at his campsite, and I'll also take the food down to that guy sleeping on the beach. So that's one way to help people who are homeless. And I hate referring to them as the homeless. It's so cliche and it's so dumb. This is the little site where Shalise, in one of the videos of Shalise when she's a little girl, she's playing on this area here. The fountains here in Orewa. I forget the name of that street. Moana Ave, that's Moana Ave. That's Moana Ave, and the bus is Moana Ave. Okay, it's starting to rain a bit. I'm not worried about that guy on the beach. He's going to get wet. I won't tell you where they sleep at night because I don't want to get them in trouble. But yeah, so just walking through Orewa now. Orewa is such a beautiful place for me. So many happy memories here with my little girl. So many happy memories. And you know, I've just realised, Shalise, that knowing that Sally blamed me for molesting you, which she didn't realise was the little girl that you had been swapped with, and I know Sally abused you as well, but knowing that she abused, tried to turn that I was the one who molested you, which you know that's not true at all, and never would it be. And I've never, ever, ever been a pedophile at any time in my life, ever. But I'm just piecing together the puzzle, and I'm thinking that David Peter McGregor would have also said exactly the same thing to the police. So, yeah, look, I'm a targeted individual, and it's not nice when you try to expose criminals, pedophiles, rapists, murderers, thieves, when you try to expose them and they turn around and try and make you the patsy, the scapegoat. So, yeah, that ain't right. I'm actually going to sit down here, right beside one of my little girls who's sitting here. I think she's, now you can't see her, look, the seat's empty. You can't see her, but she is also psychic like me. Now she's either my little girl or my heart adopted girl. I'm a little unsure which one she is, but either way, I've got my arm around her here. She's sitting here in a different time zone and she's listening to me, and a smile is growing on her face. And I know this because I saw her there through my amazing spirit sight when she was a lot younger. And so she's quite happy sitting here now. She was looking around a little bit worried, but now she knows that I'm here and I've got my arm around her. I can't feel her here because my spirit sight seems to have been affected in some ways not. Or maybe it's just me thinking that it's been affected, but I can't always see or hear the people that I'm talking to who are telepathic, who can hear me, who are psychic. But I can go by memory sometimes of what I saw years ago, and this is what it's like to see the future before it happens. But in my case, not only do I see the future before it happens, but I can actually feel the people. So this just gives you a little bit of an idea as to how I can communicate with people and it's just amazing. So I'm talking, so let me just break it down for you. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little impatient now, but basically I can see people, like, I know she's sitting here because I walked past one day and saw her. Whether she was sitting here for real or whether I saw her through my spirit sight, either way, I know that at some point she was sitting here. And while she's sitting here, she's hearing me speaking to her. And this is how we pass messages. This is how we pass messages through our spirit sight. Okay, so she's picking up on what I'm saying about her while she's sitting here. Now, while she's sitting here, she's worried. She's worried for her life. She's worried that her life is in danger because some of the CYF approved caregivers in this area are actually networking pedophiles. Okay? Please believe me, they are networking pedophiles. And that's the families that some of these Māori children get put into, and it's much worse for you when you're Māori in one of these networking pedophile families because they are also racist, as many people are in this country. But I'm hoping to change that. Now, baby girl, I know that my viewers can't see you, and neither can I right now. I can't see you here. I'm seeing you only in my memory, what I saw about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I know you were sitting here, and I remember looking at you when I walked past over there. You were about 8 years old, and I remember, and your hair was, I think your hair was short, or did they cut it after that? Anyway, I remember seeing you when I walked past, and every time I come to this little area here, I always think of you. I always think of you sitting in this chair right here. And I know there was a older white man with you, and so, baby girl, I know you can hear me, and I know some of my viewers will think I'm crazy, but I know you can hear me, and I know I'm passing this message to you through time, and I know you're getting it. Baby girl, you have to run away, okay? You have to run away. I'm not 100% certain whether you're my natural born daughter or one of my heart adopted daughters, but I feel you here. I don't feel you. I saw you. I feel you here, and I saw you here. So you're just gonna have to run away, baby girl. It's dangerous to run away to me until 2017 because it's just, you know, people have been drugging mum and raping me, and if they're doing that to me as an adult, you're 10 times more vulnerable, baby. They can do a whole lot worse to a child that's missing from the SIF system because nobody will be looking for you. So use your smarts, baby girl. Use your smarts. And to all the psychics, I'd just like to invite all the psychics to come to this spot and see that what I'm saying is true about the little girl that was sitting here with the SIF's caregivers, who, by the way, were networking pedophiles. Okay, so I'm just gonna, okay, baby girl, I'm gonna kiss you. Mwah. And people are really gonna think I'm crazy now. But I have no fucks to give. I have no fucks to give. Okay, so here's my van. Here's my new van. This is the new van that I'm going to use for deliveries. It's a Mitsubishi Delica. See that? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I like using that line from that movie. Okay, here's the front of it. There's my number plate. And to all of you who want to sabotage my business or me just because you can't handle the fact that I'm calling myself the Māori president, which, by the way, the word Māori stands for both Māori and also it is abbreviated for men and women against oppression, racial genocide and indifference. So for all of you guys who want to sabotage me, hurt my business, hurt my children, you know, anything like that, I'm asking you, please don't. Okay? Please don't. Please just be kind. Please just be kind. Okay? No need for that. There's no need for that. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to help people to wake up to some things that I'm going to explain in more detail when I write my book. But basically, I'm promoting the school of thought that people, how they become criminals is through conditioning. It's through experiences that they've had when they're little, and it shapes the mind, it shapes the thoughts. And it becomes a willful thing, and that too is a form of hypnosis, which is why I don't hate criminals. Okay, I don't hate them, but yes, there are times when I do, and that's when I'm in the moment. No, even when I'm in the moment, I don't have a lot of hate for them, but I do believe in self-defense. And I know this guy over here in this car is listening now, so I don't know if he's listening, but I'm just going to take off now. I'll tell you a little bit more about my life, but one thing I will tell you is in my up-and-coming court case, I have killed one of the pedophiles that was attacking one of my heart-adopted daughters. I know where I buried his body. I didn't call the police at the time because it was actually the police who did it. It was the police, and I think they were working with one of the gang members. So it was one police officer and one gang member that drugged me, took me and my daughter from our home. So I couldn't call the police because I was worried that, you know, they were just going to come back and do worse things, which they did. But they didn't do worse. Well, they did come back and steal one of my heart-adopted daughters. Okay, the heart-adopted daughters that I'm referring to are the little girls who ran away from the SIF system due to abuse from their CYF-approved caregivers, who came and hid around my home from time to time. I tried to help them. Obviously, I didn't dob them in, nor would I ever dob them in even now. And I would still try to save them, help them, hide them, because New Zealand government is actually a very evil entity. It is a very evil entity. Once again, don't hate the New Zealanders. I don't. I just know how, well, put it this way, if God came down to earth and he saw the way that a lot of white people have killed a lot of brown people and black people for their land, and turned them into
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And turned them into slaves. Oh, sorry, do you want to go past? Oh. Right. And turn them. Oh, oh, he must be playing follow the leader.
Yeah.
And turn them into their slaves. Basically, God would put that right. God would fully put that right. He would put that shit right, which is why I have a lot of, I have arguments with God sometimes. And you know, it's because of my little daughter Shalise that I do believe in God. I do believe in a kind, loving and healing God. And I don't question. Sometimes I question that faith because I think to myself, well, if God's real, why the fuck doesn't he fucking save these children from getting raped? You know, why the hell is he just letting that shit go on? He, she, it, whoever. And you know, why are they letting that shit go on? And well, yeah, I've just had had enough of all the bullshit, which is why I believe in restorative justice. I'm trying to put this country to rights. I'm trying to get the people who stole our land to pay us rent and to recognise us as the indigenous people of this land. We are Māori. We own this land. Like it or lump it, that's the way it is. Ask God himself, herself, itself. We were here first. But that doesn't mean we don't love other people. I mean, I absolutely love this way. Even I don't like some Māori people, you know, the ones that are fucking being so nasty and bitchy and fucking think they are just so, you know, they have the right to put people down and treat people badly. But I love some Māori people, the ones who are good and kind and decent, or at least trying to be. And I feel the same way. I know I'm going to feel that way about any culture. White people, brown people, yellow people, red people. There's good and bad in every people, and what I'm trying to do with the global Māori movement is I'm trying to make the bad people recognise that they are actually good people who have just been conditioned to do wrong, to do bad, and they've got to steer their will in the opposite direction of that. So, anyway, I heard that Underground Skates was back in town. Is this them? Is this them? My little girl will remember. Yes, it is. Underground US. Surf, skate, snow, sup, fashion. So, my little girl will remember them because they used to have a shop in just down Moana Ave, but in that little cul-de-sac type area where Muldoons and them all are. No, it wasn't. It was actually where the sushi bar is right now. It's where that sushi shop is. Anyway, my daughter will remember that place because I bought a hat there. I bought a $30 hat, and that hat can be seen in some of my photos. Oh, poor little girl. Oh, she must have been so fucking frightened when I didn't. I actually, oh my god, I got more to tell. Okay. I'm back in the van. Little girls of mine, my heart adopted girls, my twins, Shalise and Chanel. You may be wondering why I'm so calm, why I'm not racing around madly trying to find you. It's because I've realised that the only way that I can do that is to get other people to look. Because if Mum does, Mum will get in big trouble. I'm already under the Mental Health Act because they think I'm crazy. And I'll get in big trouble, and they're already drugging me, and they're just going to drug me till I'm a vegetable. I'm fighting them every way, every corner I turn, but they're just being really hard-assed and Nazi, really Nazi. So I've got to do things by the book, baby girls. And while I'm doing things by the book, I'm exposing things. Now, I wonder if you all can tell me what this means. You remember Mum used to do that? I wonder if you can all tell me what that means. All right. I'm sure I've got my viewers curious now. But I may tell you all in another video later on. But yeah, I couldn't find Greg. I would actually take that guy on the beach a feed, but I just don't think he's going to like the food I'm going to bring. I'm bringing Indian food, which my flatmate burnt this morning, but it actually still tastes pretty good. And there's an Indian salad, which I'm not too fussed about. And yeah, Yeah, it's been the food at home, it just isn't that great, but I know you'll probably appreciate it. Why don't I just go and buy him a pie? That's what I'll do. I'll jump in the van, I'll go buy him a pie, and then I'll make another video when I get down there. Okay, see you soon.